Hello YouTube, another podcast. So I'm going to say it's all kicked off online, but it hasn't really. It's just people trying to market to you. They're saying they're the geniuses about getting the steps in and movement, and this person's numbers are wrong and that person's numbers are wrong. So what it comes down to is counting steps with either your phone or your Fitbit, and what your goal should be. Should it be 10,000? Should it be more? Should it be this? Should it be that? So the 10,000 thing comes, which is ubiquitous across a lot of trainers. It comes from a study where they measured, or a few studies where they measured people's steps every day, and they found that people who did more than 10,000 were healthier and had less body fat than the people who did less than 10,000 and were in a better state. So what does that mean to you? Well, it's just an arbitrary number that the people in the study chose, 10k steps. So kind of that's where it comes from. Now, what can affect this, and what does that mean as someone who's trying to lose weight? So it's a good number to see how much you move around in and out of the gym. So let's say your daily might be 5,000. You get 5,000 steps on your watch or your phone, and you tell your trainer that, and they say, right, we need to up it to 10. So what does that mean? So the 5,000, let's say it's just moving around your house, it's what you do in your work, it's going to the car, coming back to the car, in and out. It's not planned exercise. So what the trainers are saying is, if it went up to 10,000, this could be better, and this could help you burn more energy. We call it steps because, well, obviously it is, they want you to go for a walk, but steps are low intensity, so generally it burns more fat or utilizes more fat as the energy. But yeah, do you have to do steps? Do you have to go for a walk? Not necessarily. Could you do a bit longer in the gym on a bike? Would that be steps? No. Would you be working? Would you be improving? Yes. So it's all about just generally upping your movement, about how you can get through more energy, assuming that you're eating the same calories that you always eat. So if you're moving around more, you're burning more energy, so you're going to lose weight, lose fat, blah, blah, blah. Is this always a good idea? I had a friend who got put on a plan and she had to do 10k steps a day. But the only time she could fit it in was when her kids were eating, which is not really, it's not great for family life. Hey kids, here's your food. Right, I'm going out for a walk in the darkness and rain because I want to lose some weight. What would be a better thing for this person is, instead of coming straight home from school, you could go to the park and do a couple of laps of the park with the kids, chasing after them, playing games, blah, blah, blah. There you go. You've moved, but you've also built your family unit. What could that mean and come across for someone who maybe works at home on the computer all day programming, but also goes to the gym? So what could we do? So we can make the most of these lighter evenings and weekends. You could do your garden. Then you end up with a nice garden, as well as getting some movement in. You could start doing different chores. So instead of going to the car wash, you could wash your own car, and then you save money. You could organise a long walk at the weekend, which should be more than 10,000 steps, and you go with a friend and you connect, and you you have a chat. You're a human. It's good to be better with friends rather than walking around the streets of West Yorkshire with your headphones in, just counting these steps, waiting to go home till you've hit that number. So while I don't disagree that steps over time do add up, could it be a better use of an adult's time? Yes. Do some more chores. Stop being quite quite as lazy. Walk to the shops instead of driving to the shops. These are just examples of things we could do. So you get something out of it. I feel like it's kind of a boring thing, and it's not a great use of time to be going for a walk. After all, we're all busy, we've all got stuff to do. I know this step count thing comes from a lot of young trainers who've got time. There might be an internet trainer, an online trainer, so they just work at home on the computer, and it's good for them to get out of the house. Don't disagree with that. It is good to get out of the house and go for a walk and see some trees and see some birds and the relaxing products of going for a walk. But going for a walk for a walk's sake, when you're an adult, when you've got a house to run, when you've got family to take care of, kids, whatever, is not really fantastic. So I would suggest a longer walk at the weekend, but somewhere nice, not just walking around the streets of your estate or wherever you live. More time in the gym, so you can work a bit harder on the machines. You're not just plodding around, you're actually getting some fitness out of it. And do more jobs, be more practical. Try not to be, I don't like using the word lazy, but try not to be as passive in your free time. So a bit less screen time. What one of my clients does, or a few of my clients do, is they download something onto the phone or the tablet and they take that to the gym. So when they've finished a lifting session, which is what you're going to get the most bang from your buck from, they go and walk and watch telly. So you're not sat at home watching telly doing nothing, and you're not just walking around the streets aimlessly with technology hanging out in front of you. That could be a better bet. But there's loads of other things we can do rather than just going for a mindless walk that are going to make you feel better, that are going to switch your brain off. What about a game of paddle? What about a game of golf? Something that's going to challenge your mind. It's a bit more of a hobby rather than just going for a walk and upping your steps for the sake of upping your steps. I think that might be a better bet for everyone. Okay, kind regards, have a nice life. I appreciate the likes and subscribes across here. I appreciate your support. It's very useful. Kind regards, have a nice life.